An emotional mural on Tacoma's east side will soon be unveiled to the public. The city of Tacoma is working to eliminate traffic fatalities, and we'll take a look at some of Tacoma's very steep hills. All that just ahead on Tacoma Report. Hi, and welcome to this edition of Tacoma Report. I'm Laura Proctor. February is Black History Month, and there are numerous events happening in the Tacoma area highlighting the many achievements of African Americans in our community. On Monday, February 14th, the Tacoma Historical Society will present a virtual presentation of Tacoma's Black history from research and exhibits the organization has gathered. All throughout February, the Washington State Historical Society is highlighting Martin Luther King Jr.'s 1961 trip to Seattle with videos, images, and oral histories through an online exhibit. When you visit the Historical Society at the Washington State History Museum, children can also take part in civil rights activities for kids. Activity sheets are available at the museum admissions front desk. The Tacoma Public Library will be having activities all month long celebrating Black History Month with curated events, book lists, and e-resources. And the Tacoma Urban League has put together a directory of Black-owned businesses and has information on how you can contact them. Each area of Tacoma has some hidden treasures just waiting to be discovered. One of these, located in central Tacoma, is a shining remembrance of the important role that African Americans have played in supporting our military. Lane Fickey takes a look at this nonprofit organization that's making sure an important part of our history is never forgotten.
Located on Wilkeson Street, just off of 19th, you'll find the Buffalo Soldier Museum. These soldiers played a significant role in the development of our country.
The Buffalo Soldiers were units made up of African Americans who served in the United States military from 1866 through 1944, primarily in the 9th and 10th Cavalries. They originally began on horseback and often found themselves as frontline defenders.
The Buffalo Soldiers were named by the Native Americans, and they were named by the Native Americans out of respect for these men who were also known as the peacekeepers during this time period. Also because they were tough, they had woolly hair like the buffalo, their eyes were big like the buffalo, and they were fearsome fighters.
The museum was founded by Jackie's father, William Jones, in 2005. He passed away in 2009 at the age of 91. Jackie now has the honor of running the museum and carrying on the tradition.
My dad served as a Buffalo Soldier from 1940 to 1944, so he lived this part of history. You know, this was also a time of a separate army, a black army and a white army, but these men loved America.
The museum is filled with mementos and memorabilia from the time period. Many donated from local families who had relatives that were Buffalo Soldiers, and other items were obtained from collections across the country by Jackie and her father. There are only 2 Buffalo Soldier museums located outside of military bases in the United States. One is in Houston, Texas. The other is the Tacoma Museum. Many visitors to the museum have heard the term Buffalo Soldier, but most have no idea about the makeup of these units and the significant role they played. That's why the historical aspect that's passed on to those who stop by the museum is so important.
In terms of the education of America, the great early building of America, the contributions that these men made for America, because also they fought on the front line for America. They were freedmen, they were freed slaves. They couldn't read or write, but they have a love for America.
When you stop by the museum, plan on spending more than just a brief visit, because each item on display tells a unique story, and there's nothing else like this in the region. For Tacoma Report, I'm Lane Fickey.
The Buffalo Soldiers Museum is free and open to the public on Wednesdays and Saturdays from noon until 4. For more information, give them a call or visit their website. A new mural honoring and celebrating youth lost to gun violence will be revealed later this month on February 26th at 11 a.m. inside Tacoma's Eastside Community Center. Dion Bonner's mural, In Loving Memory, is an intertwining creation mourning children lost to gun violence while celebrating and recognizing them. Bonner coordinated this with community members who helped shape the work. The mural is housed on the inside wall of the Eastside Community Center at the pool entrance. Next to the wall will be displayed more than 50 names of youth lost to gun violence. Folks are invited to add additional names to the Metro Parks mural webpage. RSVP is required to attend the February 26th dedication. Vision Zero is a global initiative to improve traffic safety. Stacey Ellifrit has more on this effort taking place right here in Tacoma and how community members can get involved.
The city is participating in an initiative that has a focus on eliminating traffic fatalities and serious injuries and improving safe, healthy, equitable mobility for all.
A Vision Zero approach sees traffic deaths as preventable and takes a systems approach, meaning instead of focusing on the individual, Vision Zero looks to better the system that guides the individual behavior. So from street design to speed limits to even the design of cars.
Tacoma became involved in this initiative in February of 2020, when City Council passed a resolution committing to joining the Vision Zero Action Network.
It was at that point that the City Council also set a goal to eliminate traffic fatalities and serious injuries by 2035. The city is now in the process of creating a Vision Zero action plan that will outline the steps needed to achieve that goal.
Tacoma, like any other city, has a number of collisions each year, and crash data is tracked over a 5-year period in order to see patterns.
And according to the Washington State Department of Transportation crash data, between 2016 and 2020, there were approximately 3,400 reported collisions, so people actually reporting them, collisions in Tacoma. Of that, almost 400 resulted in someone being killed or seriously injured. That data, breaking down, shows that approximately 80 people a year are killed or seriously injured in Tacoma due to traffic collisions.
The Vision Zero Action Plan is being developed now through this summer. The elements of this plan will include recent crash data, equity indicators, and community involvement to determine the best solutions that benefits all.
Using all of this information, the Vision Zero Action Plan will outline long-term goals and short-term actions, partnership opportunities, because we can't do it alone, funding needs, and then we'll also prioritize projects and identify indicators to track the success.
Research has shown that reducing speeds saves lives. So a speed study is also being done as part of the action plan.
After analyzing those collision trends and looking at speed data, the speed study will identify strategies for lowering the speed limit in Tacoma. The first focus for looking at speed limit reduction is in residential neighborhoods, as well as in the neighborhood business districts. This study will outline the steps necessary to reduce the speed limit in residential neighborhoods from 25 miles per hour to 20 miles per hour, and in the neighborhood business districts from whatever their posted speed limit is, which some are 35, some are already 25, but to get them all to 25 miles per hour.
One of the biggest benefits of Vision Zero is that it creates a plan. It also develops a system for evaluating the success of the plan.
The plan's going to outline what needs to be done, the time frames, and identifies our priorities. But then we're creating a data dashboard that develops crash indicators, and it's going to be updated regularly and publicly available to see if Tacoma is on track to reaching that Vision Zero goal.
As this effort gets underway, there's an opportunity for the community to get involved and share their experiences.
Well, right now, people are encouraged to complete a Vision Zero survey that is located on the City of Tacoma's Vision Zero website. The survey asks about current perceptions of safety, why they may not feel safe traveling around Tacoma, and provides an opportunity for Tacoma residents to share their story if they have been impacted by a traffic crash in Tacoma. That survey will be available until March 4th. And then as information becomes available, such as that crash analysis, that'll all be posted on the Vision Zero website.
For Tacoma Report, I'm Stacey Ellifrit.
To find out more about Vision Zero and to take the community survey, which is available in 6 languages, visit the city's website. By properly reporting crime, you can help the Tacoma Police Department track needs and deploy its resources. As always, if you're witnessing a crime happen, call 911. If a crime has happened in the past regarding lost property, theft, vandalism, or a vehicle prowl, you may either report it online at tacomasafe.org or by calling 253-287-4455. To report any other crime that has happened in the past, call the non-emergency number for South Sound 911 at the same number, 253-287-4455. Finally, to report nuisance issues such as animal issues, a suspected drug house, people sleeping on public property, or other nuisance issues, you may report online at cityofTacoma.org/TacomaFirst311 or by calling 253-591-5000. By properly reporting crime, you help the police department track crime trends and decide where resources are needed most. Remember, you can always find these instructions for reporting crime at cityofTacoma.org/reportcrime. Enviro House workshops are currently being held in a virtual format. These Zoom webinars are free and easy to join right on your computer. There's also an option for participants to phone in and listen to audio of the presentations. A workshop schedule is posted for February through March, with workshops being frequently updated. Topics include fruit tree selection and care, getting started with city chickens and ducks, spring garden preparation, and more. To register for an upcoming workshop or to view webinar recordings of past workshops, visit the city's website. There's still time for residents to participate in the Tree Coupon Program. Tree coupons are valid for $30 off a tree purchase for up to 3 trees per coupon purchased at select local tree retailers.
Trees help to filter the air that we breathe, taking some of the particulate matter, some of the smog, some of the dust out of the air so that the air we breathe is actually cleaner and we have better health outcomes because of that. It also helps to reduce the urban heat island. The trees, they actually cool the temperatures adjacent to the home and adjacent to the places where they work and play and live.
These trees may be planted on a participant's private property or in the right-of-way abutting their property. The last day to request a coupon is March 15th, and coupons received need to be redeemed before the season is over on March 31st. For more information, visit the Tree Coupon Program's webpage. Grab the phone before you grab your shovel. Whether you're getting ready to plant a tree or install a new sprinkler system this spring, the law requires you to call 811 before digging to avoid damaging utilities. The service is free and it could save your life.
You definitely want to make the free call to the 811 call before you dig number. They will come out and mark where all of your utilities are, because you can have not only power, sewer, water, communication, and gas lines, which could cause you injury or cause you a lot of damage money-wise if you dig into that without making the free call to 811.
This rule extends to any time you need to dig below 12 inches, so planting trees and any heavy gardening or landscaping you have planned for this spring, call 811. The city currently has 2 micro-shelter sites open in Tacoma, providing more than 100 shelter units, as well as operating the Stability site, which has an additional 58 shelter units. These sites are helping address the need for shelter space in our community. If you're interested in volunteering or want to help, all of our sites have a community advisory committee that meets monthly and includes community members, site residents, and the service provider. The community helps problem solve and find ways to strengthen partnerships. For more information about the TIMS locations or to get involved in the committees, visit the webpage. Tacoma is surrounded by beauty and style, from Mount Tahoma to the Tacoma Dome. But if you've ever driven the streets of Tacoma, especially for the first time, you might be intimidated by some of the steep roads throughout the city. In this report, Dave Gordon summits the history of the Hills of Tacoma.
Tacoma's blessed with dazzling scenery from the Puget Sound waters to mountain grandeur. But the views come with a historic price. Hills. Some really daunting hills fringe our city. If you've ever driven, walked, or biked up a hill, then you know some of the challenges these hills bring. Tacoma's geology is based on rock, making it hard to smooth away the hills. It was also overlooked favoring agreements with the railroad.
Tacoma was born with the coming of the Transcontinental Railroad, and for a variety of reasons, there was a huge rush to be able to get railroad tracks to the waterfront and a city planned very quickly.
And the hills created a whole new set of challenges for downtown transportation.
Horse-drawn streetcars and wagons, and that kind of stuff, couldn't even make the climb. So the steep hills tended to have cobblestones, which allowed horses to get their shoes in and climb the hill because of the texture of the road.
Tacoma replaced the beasts of burden with the advent of mechanized uphill travel.
Over time, we got away from animals and started to get towards electric streetcars. And over time, the power of the electric engines got better and better and better. And we slowly kind of leveled the streets out as the improvements in the technology for streetcars.
Automobiles were part of Tacoma too, with their own set of problems, like drivers taking risks, both up and down the hills, and quickly learning limitations.
They might be able to make it up the hill under the best of conditions, but when it got icy or whatever, those cars didn't work at all.
If you've ever driven on Tacoma's steep roads, then you may have experienced the anxiety of coming to a complete stop at the top of 11th, 13th, or South 25th Streets.
There's a lot of photos at the public library of people trying to sell automobiles and demonstrate their utility by driving them up the famous K Street Hill.
Coming up later this year, the new South Transit Hilltop Link extension should be opening up. Kind of like history repeating itself during the era of cable and trolley car transport.
I think one of the consequences of getting a better streetcar system rather than relying on freeways is going to be that we're going to rediscover hills. We're going to realize how sweet it is to be able to get on light rail and not have to walk up that Stadium Way hill.
Tacoma hilly roads are going to be with us for quite some time. But with the Hilltop Link extension coming up, the climb might be that much easier. For Tacoma Report, I'm Dave Gordon.
And finally, earlier this month launched a new lunar year, the Year of the Tiger, a major cultural event. And in Tacoma, it's honored by the 19th year of Monkey Shines. This is a group of local, anonymous artists who spend the year creating and secretly hiding orange-sized glassed artwork throughout outdoor public spaces in Tacoma. Monkey Shines is like a citywide hide-and-seek. Organizers won't say where or even provide clues. It's just up to you, your family, and friends to scour the city in search of the art. Some residents find the coveted glass, while others keep looking year after year. Money for Monkey Shines comes from donations with some grant funding. Organizers ask that you be respectful to public areas during your search. And if you find more than one monkey shine, please pass it along or rehide them. Selling a monkey shine is just asking for bad luck. Check out their Facebook, Monkey Shines Tacoma, for current information. That's all the time we have on this edition of Tacoma Report. A great way to find out about the services the City of Tacoma has to offer is by going to cityoftacoma.org. Until next time, I'm Laura Proctor. Thanks for watching.